Okay, so yesterday I showed you what, in my opinion, is the best meta buster in my Stretch 5 build. If you haven't seen that video, go ahead and check it out because this one will be playing a little bit off that one. This is going to be what I believe is the meta center for 2K21 current gen. There's actually two centers I believe are the meta. One's a 6'9", purely defensive build, which is the one I'm going to show you today, and then tomorrow I'm going to show you the 7'3" post-hooking monster that you will run into, especially in like when you're playing one-on-one in the stage. You run into those all over the place. So I want to show you the 6'9". That's very good for park, very good for pro-am. It's a really, really good build. It's the build that when I was making the meta buster I was really thinking of. So let's go ahead and get into the build and show you what we're dealing with. So again, you want to make sure you're a center. You can make this build on power forward and it gets a little bit more speed at power forward, but I like it better at center. For this build, you're going to go right down to the all red pie chart. Just looking at this pie chart without doing anything to it, you have an 86 standing dunk. Your post hook isn't very good, so you're not going to be hitting too many of those, and you don't have too much shooting. But look at the defense. I mean, my God. You have 95 rebounds on both, 95 block, 92 interior defense, and you can easily make that a 95. You got pretty good perimeter, but let's go ahead and look at it and see. This build is primarily a defensive build. It does very good in the lob. It does very good on pick and roll finishing. When you're on offense, this build, you are mostly finishing at the rim, lobs, pick and roll, rim running. You're not going to break anyone down off the dribble. You're not going to hit any threes unless if you are an exceptional three-point shooter and you don't need any badges, and the 33 will work for you. So a lot of people with this build will go with this pie chart, and I believe this is the best pie chart because if you look at the speed one, you only get 3 more speed, and this one you get 23 more strength. So we're going to go with this one. Again, you're a center and you want to have strength. Now you're going to be short, you're going to be 6'9", so the strength is a big part of this build. Now when you see, you're not going to end up having 89 strength, but you'll have very good strength. So you're going to max out your close shot, you're going to max out your driving dunk, you're going to max out your standing dunk. That's going to give you 12 finishing, which is better than the stretch 5 I gave you yesterday, but you're not going to touch anything in the shooting but the free throw. And even with that, you can always not put that on there. Post moves and your pass accuracy you can put up. A lot of people don't touch this at all, and they just go straight defense. And as you're going to see, there are some left over. So what you can do with these, if you want to try to have a little bit of floor spacing, you can do that and get 3 badges. You can definitely go up and, you know, put your hook shot, but 66, you're not really going to be hitting a hook shot. What I like to do with this build is I like to put it all into my playmaking. You don't get any playmaking badges, but it does give you a little bit more versatility, but we're actually going to not put it in our playmaking. I think we're going to go ahead and do this and then just see if we can finagle some shooting badges. And you get 3 badges. That's only have 2 extra. You get 3 badges, so that's really, you know, just to help you with things like post fades, or you can even put Hot Zone Hunter on there. That'll help you make interior shots. So you look at this build off rip, and it has an 84 finish in the close shot, an 86 standing dunk, a 65 driving dunk, which is not very high, but when you see what we do with this build, you're going to see why it's really, really the meta build. It's got a little bit of shooting. That's actually going to get a little worse, but I mean, you make this build for the defense. You make this build to rim run, and you make this build to be a freaking demon on the defense. So let's go ahead. Again, it doesn't matter. I like burly. I'm a burly guy. So let's go down. We're going to drop the 6'9". So when you drop the 6'9", you immediately see massive ramifications. Your driving dunk goes from a 65 to an 83. So automatically, without even touching the arms, which he's going to have max wingspan, you are going to have contact dunks. You're a big man, so you have 75 and 50, you have big man dunks, but you're actually going to get the best contact dunks in the game. You see you've got +2 to your mid-range, so you actually have a 62, but that's going to drop when we raise the arm length. But look at the defense. I mean, you do lose 7 on your interior defense, but you still have an 85, which is phenomenal interior defense. You have 75 perimeter defense and 75 lateral defense, or lateral quickness. That is better than some guard builds. Like your play shots, that's what they have. Your steals a 79. You do lose 2 in your block, offensive and defensive rebounding, but when you see what we do with the arm length, which we're going to max out, it doesn't affect it. What we like to do with this, so there's 2 schools of thought. I like to move it down to having an 80 strength. That gives you a 74 speed to start. There are some people that'll drop it all the way down to a 190, which is very thin. And you have an 80 speed off rip. So with your +8, you're going to have an 87 speed on a 6'9" center. With an 86 stand, like off rip, you have the best dunk packages. But you only have a 66 strength, and that drops your interior defense to a 75. So when you go up, you remember you're 6'9", so when you go up against those big centers, which there are in 2K21 current gen, you are going to get bodied. So what I like to do is I like to put it right at I believe it's 224. You have a 74 speed, you have a 72 acceleration, 61 vertical. Add 8 to everything. So you have an 88 strength, you have an 82 speed, you have an 80 acceleration. As a 6'9" center, you are going to be rin running everything. Lobs, you're going to catch lobs. This is a demon in the pick and roll. Again, there's no real floor spacing with this build, but you are going to dominate the park with this build. We're going to go max wingspan, and we're going to take one final look. You have an 86 close shot, an 87 driving dunk, which is amazing. You have a 95 standing dunk, so you can dunk on anybody with this. It does drop your strength down to a 77. You basically have a 60 mid-range. When you get to 99 overall, you're going to have a 63, which is pretty good for a purely defensive build. So you have a little bit of floor spacing there. But look at that defense, 82, 77, 77, which means when you get to +4s, you're looking at an 80 perimeter defense, which is amazing for a 6'9" center. Your interior defense is great. You have an 80 steal, and then look, 95, 95, 95. Now, there are other ways to make this build. You can make it with a little bit more vertical. Vertical doesn't matter too much in this game. But let's go ahead and finish it. Now, remember with my stretch build, which is what I called the Meta Buster, you had 4 takeovers. You had sharp, you had post, and then you had these 2. This, like I said, is more of a defensive build, and we'll get that when you see the badges. I mean, you can just really spec out this my player defensively. We're going to go with Rim Protector. Actually, either one, I particularly don't think either of them are good. And then you get your Paint Beast. This is the meta build. You go down to test the build. I'll show you what it can do with the badges. It's pretty insane what it can do defensively. It can guard 1 through 5. You know, everybody can speed glitch in this game, so it's hard to guard the really, really fast guys, but you can still guard them. And you're going to have chase down, so you can see. So look at 99 overall, just a complete menace. Contact on gold. Where's lob? Lob on gold. You know, you're not going to hit your post hooks or your drop stepper, so I'm not even going to put those up, but you can do acrobat. You don't really have a layup, never mind. Consistent finisher, fast break. I actually would put Giant Slayer on bronze, just because if you do go up against the 7-3 beasts, remember this only activates when it's 6 inches above, you're gonna need it. And I put Relentless and maybe Finisher. You can do pick and roll, really whatever you want, but you're definitely going to want to have this one and then this one, because like I said, this is a rim running, lob catching build. Shooting, I believe 1 on fades, and then I put the other 2 on hot zones. That just helps you finish. It works for all shots. This with every build you're going to see. I think quick first step is the most important playmaking badge, unless if you're a point guard. But look at what you can do defensively with this. So right off, you get Hall of Fame defensive. So, bam, you're a great rebounder. Bam, you can block every shot. I really like Worm. I think Silver's the best use for it. So you still have 20 defensive badges. So you can go clamps, chase down for the animations. I like to put box on gold. Brick wall, I like to also put on gold. Defensive leader's a really good one. This helps everybody on your team, and I do suggest putting this one to Hall of Fame. You actually see opposing players' shot percentage, but it's really good. And then always put Intimidator there, and then you can I'd put it on Inceptor. Really, it's whatever you want, you know. But this is the way I like to run this specific build. Clamps is really good because this build is one of the few builds in the game that can really switch to every single position. But look at this rebound. I mean, you are going to be a demon defensively. And, you know, it really comes down to you could do lightning reflexes. Pogo's really good, so you might even want to, like, drop one off there and put a pogo. That really helps. But, yeah, this build, as you can see, it's the meta center build. It's one of the two that I believe is a meta center build. If you like this video, please drop a like and I'll hit the sub button. And tomorrow I will bring you what I feel is the most scary build to come up in the game, defensive when you're trying to defend as a center. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.